This video is brought to you by CapBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Why can't they just call it the Kobe 15? Hey, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we have another first impression. Nike recently unveiled the latest Kobe model. There's only two pieces of information that we currently do not know, and that is the release date and the retail price. We can speculate on that a little bit later, but for now, let's get into the tech specs that we can actually see and know of. The upper itself is constructed of Nike's Flyknit 360, which is a brand new tech to the basketball category. However, it's not brand new to Nike. They actually have introduced that in their soccer boots, but now they're carrying it over to the Kobe line, which is fitting because of the fact that Kobe shoes are actually based off of soccer boots. That's how we got the whole new low top era wave and all that stuff, starting with the Nike Kobe 4. So it's going to be interesting to see how this actually plays out. The logistics of Nike's Flyknit 360 is that it's a 360-degree Flyknit bootie, and that makes up the entire upper, and what they've actually done is heat press that upper onto a foot last. So it's supposed to be, you know, one-to-one fit or whatever to somebody's foot. The only downside to that, in my opinion, is that, you know, a last is not universal. So like, it's just not going to work for some people. It's not going to feel one-to-one for everybody. But the theory is that once you play in the shoe, it's going to heat up the upper. It's going to mold to your specific foot, much like Nike's old Foamposite tech. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now the traction, man, whew, the traction looks awesome. Is it going to be better than the Kobe 9? I don't know yet, but if anything can top the Kobe 9, this looks like it could be it. Now, last but not least, the cushion of the shoe is actually going to be modular once again, so that means it's going to be a drop-in midsole unit, not an insole. It's actually the entire midsole. If you take this piece out, you cannot use the shoe. It's not functional at that point. You're basically sitting on the floor. So they're not insoles, they're midsoles. But the interesting thing is that this particular midsole is actually made up of a dual density foam setup using Lunar Lawn and Nike's new React cushion. Now, on the bottom of the shoe, you can actually see some color on there. I do not know if that actually hints at where the React is placed. If it does, that would be kind of cool. It would make a lot of sense. Lunar is slightly firmer than React, at least React by itself, not if it's in a cage or a carrier. So all of the areas that are not highlighted in green, if those sections were Lunar, it would be a kind of interesting take on that whole new React system. But again, we really don't know what that green line means. It could be anything. It could just be some color, who knows? Or it could even be the Lunar. All I know is that I'm actually really excited to try this setup. I really enjoyed the React system that they used on the Nike React Epic Flyknit. I did not like it in all of their basketball iterations, which included the Hyperdunk React, both the Flyknit, the low top, the mid top, whatever you want to call it, and the Jordan Superfly 2017. I didn't like the React in any of those models, but freeing the React up was a very good look. So again, it'll just be interesting to see how this feels when it's inside of a shoe. The shoe basically is going to be the carrier. So I think they probably could have done just React on its own without any of the Lunar. So again, just really excited to see what this actually feels like. So that's a little bit about the shoe and what we currently know about it, along with some of my thoughts on each of those topics. Now we're going to take things over to WearTesters.com. There's plenty of comments over there to choose from. We're going to pick a couple and we're going to see what everybody else thinks. Kwame says, looks good. It'll probably play like other low top Kobe's, but with a nicer upper. I'm curious about the drop-in midsole. Why is some of it React and some Lunar Lawn? The Lunar Lawn part is going to go dead, and then you'll just have the React section for the cushion. Maybe 100% React would have been too much, although I would have liked to have seen that, but I think a React/Phylon combo would have been better. Lunar Lawn just deadens too fast. They should let it go extinct. Now, I'm partially with you. Obviously, I just said that, you know, if they would have just left React as React because the shoe itself is going to act as that carrier, I think that that would have been really, really cool just to see how it would have performed or reacted. Funny. However, I'm not as against Lunar as you are. So, you know, everybody has their own taste, their own preferences. I don't hate Lunar like that. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm not one of those people that looks at a Lunar Lawn shoe and it's just like, nope, these are not for me. That's not me. I actually do like Lunar in some cases. That guy, KY, says, I can honestly say that I'm looking forward to seeing these up close and getting a run in these. The translucent outsoles are always a questionable thing, but I'm thinking that these might be straight. That drop-in insole combo is going to be interesting. The upper combined with the insole dispels my fears of LeBron 11 numb toes again. I hope these aren't limited like the Pro Trail ones. I'm still salty about that. Shake my head. I didn't even want them for show. I legit wanted to hoop in them. Bruh. Preach. I could not get a pair, man. Like, I just, you know, if anybody's got a pair size 9, yo, let me know. Good prices only. I'm not trying to pay like, you know, over retail and stuff like that, because again, I'm trying to hoop in these too, but I'm right there with you, man. I also agree with you about the outsole. I am just not a fan of love translucent outsoles. We all know this. I don't know why Nike insists on using them, knowing damn well that they just don't perform the way that solid rubber does. Or I should say they don't perform as consistently. At the same time though, most of us already know that Nike's more into the marketing aspect and less into the performance aspect of things. At least they are lately. So for whatever reason, they're pushing that clear soled option so that they can kind of show you the tech that's inside the shoe rather than worrying about if that clear sole is actually performing up to standards. Black Mamba says, waited long enough for a good Kobe AD. Hope this can run in par with the Kobe 9. The last Kobe AD wasn't too bad. The Kobe AD mid, that just really had some really cheap materials. Very disappointed in that, especially for the retail price that they chose to place on that sneaker. But the overall performance I don't think was actually bad. That original Kobe AD, that was a bummer. The Kobe AD NXT was also a good one. I really like that one. Seeing as how this is the AD plus the NXT and add the 360 in, I really don't know what to expect, but maybe it's going to be a little bit of all three of those. Who knows? Siva says, looking like a luxury sports car on foot. That they do, my friend, and I think that they look awesome. Vitov says, they look dope, really cool, interesting. Price tag will be above 200 or not. I actually think that we are past the days of a $200 retail price for sneakers, at least for most of them. They just simply don't sell. They might sell to a couple of idiots, one of them being me because I have to get a performance review up as quickly as possible. But other than the actual people that do performance reviews, I don't know if the vast majority of people are lining up to spend $200 on a sneaker that they're just gonna trash on court. 185, definitely possible. However, I think that the last one, the last Kobe AD, the mids, those were 150. These have new uppers on them, plus they have React, so I'm gonna guesstimate right around that 170 price point. But you guys let us know what y'all think. Over or under 170? Sound off in the comment section. Secular Human says, LOL, Nike's marketing department is in full swing, I see. No comment. JMD says, I'm intrigued. I don't love or hate it currently. I hate the name though. Nike should just have kept calling the Kobe models by number. Kobe AD, Kobe AD NXT, Kobe AD Mid, Kobe AD NXT 360. Oh, it's overly confusing. This should just be the Kobe 14 or whatever number they're on now. Bruh, preach. Preach. I don't know how to say your name, but you comment on the site all the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. But what you're saying is they look amazing. Honestly, I love the Kobe 11s, so I think I'm going to really enjoy these. I actually agree with you. I think that they look great. They looked a little bit too much like a soccer boot in the initial press release images, but I think they smoothed it out enough, especially once they're on foot, where they just kind of like, I don't know, they just look really sleek like the other commenter said. They look like a sports car, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it as far as our first impressions, other people's initial thoughts, as well as my commentary on them. Now it's time for you guys to sound off in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about the Nike Kobe AD 360. I forgot the NXT. Shit. But let us know down below in the comment section if you are interested in grabbing a pair. I'm always down to hear you guys' thoughts over or under the 170 price mark as well. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for supporting. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you like the video. And until next time, guys, have a good one.